Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating aspects of Elon Musk's life.
The Tesla CEO has hit a new milestone, becoming the first person in history to surpass a net worth of $400 billion.
Did Elon Musk's net worth by about $70 billion to close to $320 billion.
His surprising living situation despite being the richest person on the planet. With a net worth around $359 billion, you might expect Musk to live in the most extravagant mansion imaginable, but the reality couldn't be more different. Let's explore where Elon Musk actually lives and what this reveals about the man behind Tesla, SpaceX, and X. Elon Musk's $359 billion fortune comes primarily from his ownership stakes in multiple companies. Tesla, 13% stake, worth approximately $128 billion. SpaceX, 42% stake valued around $74 billion. X, formerly Twitter, stake worth approximately $19 billion after his $44 billion acquisition. Other ventures including Neuralink and The Boring Company. What's crucial to understand is that Musk's wealth is almost entirely on paper, tied to stock prices rather than liquid cash. Surprisingly, the world's richest man claims to primarily live in a prefabricated home worth approximately $50,000 in Boca Chica, Texas, near SpaceX's Starbase facility. In a 2021 tweet that shocked many, Musk stated, "My primary home is literally a $50,000 house in Boca Chica, Starbase that I rent from SpaceX. It's kinda awesome though." The house in question is reportedly a boxable casita, a 400-square-foot prefabricated unit featuring a modern, minimalist design. This minimalist living situation aligns with Musk's statements about simplifying his life and focusing on his mission to establish a human presence on Mars and accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Musk's current modest living situation represents a dramatic departure from his previous real estate portfolio. Prior to 2020, he owned several luxurious properties worth over $100 million combined, including a 16,000-square-foot mansion in Bel Air purchased for $17 million, a historic 100-year-old mansion in Hillsborough near San Francisco, spanning 16,000 square feet. In May 2020, Musk announced he was selling almost all physical possessions and would own no house. By December 2021, he had sold his entire real estate portfolio for approximately $137 million. While Musk does spend time in his prefab home, multiple sources reveal he doesn't exclusively live there. Instead, he maintains what one associate described as a rotation of friends' houses, where he stays when traveling to different locations.
In fact, I don't even own a home right now. I'm literally staying at friends' places. If I travel to the Bay Area, where most of Tesla engineering is, I stay in I basically rotate through friends' spare bedrooms.
One notable example is his frequent stays at the Austin mansion of billionaire friend Ken Howery, co-founder of PayPal and former U.S. ambassador to Sweden. This waterfront estate, valued at over $12 million, provides Musk with luxury accommodations during extended stays in Austin. This nomadic lifestyle between friend-owned luxury properties and his small prefab home offers Musk significant benefits, maintaining his public image of not being tied to luxury possessions, potentially reducing tax liabilities, and providing flexibility to be near whichever company requires his attention. While Musk may have given up his personal real estate, one luxury he hasn't abandoned is private air travel. His Gulfstream G650ER private jet, valued at approximately $70 million, has become his true home in many ways. Flight records show Musk's jet is among the busiest private aircraft in the world, logging hundreds of flights annually between his various company locations. The jet features a spacious cabin with meeting areas, bedroom space, and advanced communication systems that allow Musk to work while traveling. Beyond the private jet, Musk maintains few obvious luxury possessions. Unlike many billionaires who collect art, yachts, or exotic cars, Musk seems to invest primarily in his companies. Despite his enormous net worth, Musk has claimed in legal proceedings that he sometimes faces cash flow challenges due to the illiquid nature of his wealth. In a 2022 text message revealed during litigation, he wrote, "I definitely don't have $12 billion in cash. I actually have to sell Tesla stock whenever there are no other options. However, when motivated by his goals, Musk has demonstrated willingness to spend enormous sums. The $44 billion Twitter acquisition stands as the most dramatic example, a purchase that required him to sell significant Tesla stock holdings. According to those who know him well, Musk's spending tends to focus on his company's strategic influence, operational necessities like his private jet, and basic comforts, but typically not ostentatious luxury goods. To truly understand Musk's unusual living choices, we need to examine the psychological factors that might drive the world's richest man to sleep in a tiny prefabricated home while owning a $70 million private jet. Psychologists who study wealth and behavior suggest that Musk's living situation may stem from several factors. First, there's the concept of strategic asceticism, the deliberate rejection of luxury by the ultra-wealthy as a way to maintain focus and drive. By avoiding the typical billionaire lifestyle, Musk creates a daily environment that reinforces his self-image as a mission-driven engineer rather than a wealthy executive. Second, his public statements about possessions being a distraction align with research on how successful entrepreneurs maintain motivation after achieving financial security. By tying his identity to his company's missions rather than his wealth, Musk creates psychological incentives that money alone can no longer provide. Third, there's the element of personal branding. Musk has carefully cultivated an image as a futurist focused on humanity's long-term survival rather than personal comfort. His living arrangement supports this narrative regardless of whether he spends all his time in the prefab home or not. Musk's personal lifestyle choices don't exist in isolation. They permeate the corporate cultures he creates at his companies. Former and current employees describe how his commitment to living near production facilities and working intense hours sets expectations throughout the organization. At both Tesla and SpaceX, Musk has cultivated what organizational experts call mission-oriented cultures, where employees are expected to demonstrate extraordinary commitment to the company's goals. His modest living situation in Boca Chica reinforces this ethos, creating a foundation for demanding similar dedication from employees. Critics point out that this approach has led to accusations of burnout, high turnover, and unrealistic expectations at his companies. Supporters counter that the intense culture has enabled these organizations to achieve breakthroughs that more traditional corporate environments could not. What's clear is that Musk's personal choices create powerful symbolism within his organizations. When the CEO worth hundreds of billions claims to live in a tiny prefab home, it becomes more difficult for employees to demand traditional work-life boundaries. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of Musk's current living situation is how it might connect to his long-term Mars ambitions. The 400-square-foot boxable casita bears striking similarities to the space-efficient habitats that would be necessary for early Mars colonization. Space architecture experts note that Musk may be using his current living arrangement as a form of practical research, testing the psychological and practical aspects of living in a compact, efficient space similar to what Mars colonists would experience. His experience living in this environment could directly inform SpaceX's development of Mars habitats. By personally testing the minimum comfortable living space, Musk gains insights that purely theoretical approaches might miss. Beyond the technical aspects, there's the psychological preparation. Musk has repeatedly stated his personal intention to eventually move to Mars. Despite acknowledging the dangers and hardships involved, living modestly on Earth might be part of his mental preparation for the resource constraints of Mars living. Whether or not Musk ultimately relocates to Mars, his current living choices create a compelling narrative connection between his personal lifestyle and his most ambitious corporate mission. As he stated in a 2020 interview, "I'm trying to make life multiplanetary to ensure the long-term survival of consciousness. The light of consciousness may be extinguished if we don't become multiplanetary." For the world's richest man, living in a box on Earth might be the first step toward enabling humanity to live in boxes on Mars. Thanks for watching this exploration of Elon Musk's surprising living situation. If you found this analysis interesting, please hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into how the world's most influential innovators live and work. Drop a comment with what you found most surprising about Musk's lifestyle or what you think it reveals about his Mars ambitions. See you in the next video.